Yes, both pornography and heroin can affect your brain in a very bad way in the long term and even in the short term. Very, very negative. So, I'm going to tell about few things about how pornography and heroin will affect your life, especially if you're in teen, and of course even if you cross your 35 or 40s or 50s, it'll affect your brain and your life massively on the downside. But bear this in mind that if you are in this addiction, the people who are taking heroin, consuming heroin, and who are really addictive to pornography and giving self pleasure, they are no different than each other. They are absolutely in the same box. So I'm going to tell you some difference exactly and how you are the same, and you can really take care of yourself. And now you can decide that you want to continue this or you want to quit this and become a better human being. So, the guys who are really addicted to this, believe me, they are financially way too behind than the other people. And they might be thinking why they are aging, why they are going down, why they're looking ugly, why they're looking nasty. Their thoughts are absolutely weak. They have no control over themselves. This is all because of this addiction. So let's differentiate what's really making them exactly the same. So, pornography, of course, viewing the pornography and giving a self pleasure, but like literally someone is enjoying something and you are watching that and giving a self pleasure to yourself, that is the nastiest thing that you could ever do in your life. So, of course, this will lead to a higher dopamine in your brain, in yourself. And of course, over time, the dopamine levels are needed to achieve the same amount of pleasure. So, what this can lead to? It leads to a massive and nasty addiction. So, number one, this by time, over time, of course, you are asking more and more just in order to you to get pleasured or in order you to get satisfied. You need something hard and harder thing over time. It's in order just for you to achieve that amount of pleasure. But on the other hand, the people who are consuming heroin is the same. They start with small, and by time, it's not sufficient. It's not really enough for them, that particular amount, whatever they're consuming. So by time, they increase the doses, increase the doses. Why? To feel full in their bucket for that pleasure or for that dopamine spike in their body or in their brain or in their heart. So, number one, pornography. Number two, heroin. They literally have no difference. So, if you are doing pornography, of course, I know a lot of people who are not doing heroin but who are really addictive to pornography. Of course, this is one of the most common disease around the world right now in this generation. Why? Because one thing is very accessible, that is internet. The moment you will use internet in your advantage, not to self pleasure but really to build your financial wealth and all, of course you will see internet as a tool, as a very powerful tool that in order to change your life. But if you are using that in a wrong way, you are going in a very downside. So, why this pornography and heroin, why these two things, they are addictive? Because they want to reward their brain consistently, and they want to reward their brain. Once they get used to, they get addictive, and they want to reward again and again. And the amount of pleasure what they were using in the beginning of the process when they really started heroin or pornography, people who are doing this, it's not sufficient for them in over time. So they go in harder and harder materials. So that can be, of course, you might be watching something really hard and nasty stuff on pornography, or on the other hand, when you're consuming heroin, you're going more higher and higher doses. That's the reason you guys are the same, sitting on the same chair, sitting on the same room with pornography or with the heroin. So, how how this can really come to tolerance? Of course, pornography, of course, over times, any individual may need extreme material to achieve the same level of arousal. You know what I mean, arousal, of course, when you get in contact with sex, of course, your body gets activated just because of arousal. So that's the thing you are trying to search in pornography. And in heroin, you are searching for the higher dose in order to achieve the same highness what you feel in your brain or in yourself, that you think that, wow, this is the level what I want to achieve, this is the level what I want to feel. So it's the same thing that you're going harder and harder, but on the other hand, you're going down and down in your life. So the only thing that makes these two different are this: heroin you're consuming physically and damaging yourself physically, but pornography you are not consuming physically, you are just consuming virtually, and you're damaging yourself in the same way as the guy who is addictive to heroin. So people who are really tied up to pornography, of course, they are very much into deep depression, or they are irritated, and they have very much decrease in sexual satisfaction that can really cause the marriages or the relationships really on a downtrend. On the other hand, people who are severely indulged in or with heroin, they have severe physical symptoms such as pain, nausea, sweating, and this can occur to anyone. Of course, by time, if you go hard on pornography, it will happen the same. It will happen the same. It will happen sweating, nausea, pain, symptoms. Your body will really feel weak. And that's why you guys are lagging behind the success. You guys will never ever succeed. Try to make yourself disciplined. Believe me, understand this parallels of this heroin, understand the parallels of the pornography, how it's really affecting your body. Once you really understand this, guys, you are achieving the highest level in your life. And if you really want to be rich and wealthy, you have to work on yourself. You just can't leave the tables unturned. You have to work on yourself, because that is your body, your soul, your time, and your free will. Depends how you really use. Not just watching Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, or whatever social media, or some nasty sites, and just giving yourself self-pleasure. This is not life. This is a nasty pothole that you are getting deeper and deeper and deeper. The same as the guys who are consuming heroin, it will be counted in the same box. So if you want to be different, change yourself, work out, read books, guys, read books, and change this life. You got only one life, believe me, and after that, you will never ever come back on this planet Earth. And from that, trust me, by the age you're 20 years old and till the age of 50, you have literally 20 to 30 years, very high productive years. If you really want to use those, they're not really a lot of numbers. 20 to 30 years is not a lot. Okay, let's not even count 30 years. Let's only count 20 years. From 20 years to 40 years, if you count, you have only remaining 20 years, right? In that small gap. In those 20 years, what the hell you can do? And you're consuming that beautiful energy in heroin, drugs, weed, or pornography. Of course, you got to step up and you got to take care of your life, because life is only once, guys. Take care of your life. Life is so beautiful. Change your life, earn money, change your way of living. This is not the nastiest way that you are accepting. Wow, I really cannot believe the guys who are involved in this. They are the nastiest person I've ever met, or I'm really talking to. I really encourage you to change yourself and be the better person you can be. Believe me, everything will pay off, and it'll show on your face that how you really take care of yourself. So if you like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, and so it'll encourage me to make more and more videos for you guys, for you to get encouraged. Thank you so much for watching. Probably see you in the next video.